When you write a smart contract, that smart contract can produce what are called events or logs if you're referring to the opcode. But those events are like a useful way of like telling what happened during a transaction on chain. For example, if you're doing like a swap on Uniswap, there's a standardized swap event which will tell you like the assets that changed hands and like how much changed hands. And that's ultimately like how you end up rendering a lot of UI in crypto is like you submit a transaction, you wait for the transaction to confirm, and then you use those events to like display information to your end user. That's great if you have like a single transaction based dApp, like a swap. But once you have more complex dApps, if you graduate to needing an indexer because these events you want to show state, like you said, aggregated across many different transactions done by many different users. When Uniswap goes from like a swap modal to like a chart, that chart is like an aggregation of all the swaps that have happened over a period of time. And so how do you show that chart? You need that data, and you need a way of like taking all the data that's on chain and representing it correctly. The analogy I always make to non-crypto engineers is like the data is in the node, but it's in the node in like a compressed format. And so it's not very human readable, it's not very queryable, it's difficult to like actually operate on. And so indexers go from like this compressed form to like an operational form that you can actually use to drive value in your applications. And so every dApp's progression I think is like no indexer, just events. Then they do a subgraph. Some people try Ponder now. Then everyone else eventually graduates out of subgraph into like their own thing.